Hello and welcome back to the podcast. This is episode number 3. I'm with Ashley.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley.
If you want to check out her TikTok, it's I'm Ashley Zhang. Definitely go check it out. She posts a lot of self-improvement content. If you want to talk about a little bit about yourself, you can go ahead and do that.
Okay, so hey, I'm Ashley. My TikTok is at I'm Ashley Zhang. I'm really into self-improvement, manifesting, and just building a better life for yourself. And if you want to hear more about my thoughts, I also have a podcast. It's called Metanoia in Me. So I'd really appreciate it if you check that out too.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. So Today we thought we would talk about the power of your thoughts. By the way, I just want to say before we start, this is just for fun, just to share information, just a little conversation, just sharing our thoughts about this and a little bit about what we know from some books we read. So first we're going to start talking about how thoughts induce your vibration. So do you want to start with that?
Yeah. So every thought that we have has energy, and those thoughts can be measured in something called frequency. So I guess there's high vibration thoughts and low vibration thoughts, and basically high vibration thoughts are like very good, positive, uplifting thoughts,
like joy and like inspiration, all of that. And then like the low ones are like depressed and guilt and shame, all of that.
If you guys want to Google like a frequency chart with all the different emotions, you totally can, but it's really cool. It shows you like the different emotions and how they have different frequencies. But yeah, those different frequencies affect us in big ways, because every thought you have affects like your frequency, because it releases a frequency and affects your body and your brain. So that's why your thoughts are really important for your health too.
Yes, because everything is energy, right? And energy never stops moving. So your thoughts are energies, and they're sending out a vibration into the ether, which is everything, the whole universe, and that attracts to you whatever that vibration is. Should we talk about that? How you attract like your state of vibration?
Oh, like the law of correspondence, kind of?
Yeah, in the law of vibration, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So in the book Think and Grow Rich, right here, he talks about how you attract to yourself your main state of vibration. So if you're in a state of, like a low state of vibration most of the time, if you are depressed or anxious and you feel guilt and shame most of the time, you're going to keep attracting people, you're going to keep attracting experiences and things that have that same vibration. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, it's kind of like the law of correspondence, where your inner world becomes your outer world. So what you think and believe on the inside will respond to what you experience on the outside. It's like psychology too. Like it's definitely like what you project onto things too, because there's so many things that are going on in life. Like we can't like assimilate it all. So the things that we do get from our experiences are filtered through our own beliefs. So there can be like a very neutral situation, but you project your own thoughts and beliefs onto that, and that creates like confirmation bias. So you see in life what you think on the inside.
Yes, it's like your paradigm. Bob Proctor always talks about this, and I love his videos because they're just like, they change my psychology every single time. Your paradigm is like your beliefs, your self-image of yourself, your fears, all of your personality is in your paradigm, and that's how you view the world. It's like the son of an alcoholic father quote. One son becomes an alcoholic, and the other one decided not to do that because he just chose differently based off his paradigm. It's just a switch in the paradigm. It's like you're switching your glasses to see the world in a different way, and that can totally change your vibration. Yeah. If you change your paradigm, you could change your vibration.
And I think that's especially important for when you're going through some difficult things in life, because in life, like, I think going through pain is inevitable. Like, I feel like that's just like the human experience. but it's not what you go through, it's like how you interpret it in hindsight.
Yeah.
Like if you use your past pains and view that as a reason why that you're like a victim in life, that creates a lower vibration than if you were to say, oh, that happened for me and that gave me an opportunity to learn how to be more resistant to pain.
Yes. And even using that as fuel to show people like, oh, I can overcome that and just be that much stronger. You know, because I think if you flip it on the other way and use... Okay, I'm going to use like an analogy here that I heard from somebody else's podcast. Instead of running to the top, run away from the bottom. So instead of like striving for greatness, strive away from all the negativity which pushes you harder, because you use that negativity as fuel to get away from it. And that's been like, that definitely has worked for me. Like using bad stuff, because we all go through a considerable or a normal amount of crap in our lives. And if you can flip that and use it as fuel to push yourself even harder, that you've won. You've won. That's like so powerful if you can do that.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about how the thoughts that you feed your brain become your reality, and how you can feed yourself more positive thoughts and positive content?
Yeah. So with the phrase thoughts create reality, like that certainly is true, but not every single thought will create your reality. Like if I think right now, oh, there's going to be a polar bear in my room, like nothing's going to happen because I haven't fed that thought enough. Once you feed a thought through like constant affirmation, and once you actually start to believe it, then that's when you attract those things into your life. But yeah, not every thought will come into fruition. It's only the thoughts that you feed over time. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I like that. It's like a seed. Yeah, I always use this analogy, but it's so true. If you plant a seed, you can plant any seed you want in your mind, whether it be positive or negative. And if you water that seed and take care of it and nurture it and reinforce it long enough, it will start to grow roots, right? And then it'll start to sprout. And soon that takes up all the space in your head. And so it's so important to plant seeds of positivity. And you can do that by surrounding yourself with positive, like-minded people. You can do that by watching content that you like or that makes you, that benefits you, right? And only filling your subconscious mind with things that are for your ultimate good. Especially I am affirmations. You can listen to those on YouTube. Those are really powerful. I always listen to those after I get out of the shower just to cleanse my mind or whatever. It's really, it's good. Yeah, I love how we can change the structure of our brain through our environment and through our thoughts and everything that we feed ourselves. I think that's really cool. Should we talk about high vibration foods?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Okay.
So, just like anything, like everything is made up of energy, right? And that applies with food too. Like there's high vibration foods and like lower vibration foods. And usually like the high vibration foods are like healthy foods, like natural foods, unprocessed.
Like that,
like blueberries.
They grow from the ground.
Yeah. It's from like direct source, like Mother Nature, and stuff you would get at like McDonald's. That would be low vibration food.
Yeah.
But what you consume is so important because that like creates like a vibration for yourself, right? And this is true because even science like affirms this, but 90% of our serotonin, which is like our mood, right?
In your gut.
That's produced in our gut, right? So what we eat is so important for mood and like for manifesting as well, because that affects our vibration directly.
Yeah, because whenever I eat fast food, after that I feel like why did I just do that? Or I'll have like a really big mood swing or something. And I think that's a direct effect from the food you put in your body.
Yeah.
I always try to eat as many plants as I can because, you know, the sun's energy is going right into those and the nutrients from the ground. It's just, it's nice. It's natural. Makes me feel good. But I say like everything in moderation, right? If you have processed food once in a while, that is okay, right?
Yeah.
But I try to always reach for like an apple instead of a bag of chips. Doesn't always end up happening, but I always try to make the better choice, and that's what matters. As long as you try, right?
Yeah, balance for sure.
So, do you want to talk about? Should we talk about the subconscious mind and the story about Blair?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
our thoughts, like, we aren't always conscious of them, and that's because most of our thoughts happen in our subconscious. So we're not directly like conscious of it, but basically what you can do to kind of rework your subconscious is through affirmation, and that kind of goes along with the story with Blair. So you want to talk about it a little bit more?
Sure.
And also, this story is in Think and Grow Rich, and we highly recommend that book.
If you want to read this book, definitely go read it if you want to change your life, or if you want to learn about the law of attraction. Okay, so the story of Blair. So the author Napoleon Hill had a son, and his son was born with deaf mutism. I think that's what he referred to it as. And so he couldn't hear. He had like no ears. But his father Napoleon continually told Blair that he will be able to hear. And really long story short, Blair ended up hearing after 20 years of constant reinforcement that he will be able to hear. He has no holes that go into his head, so there's no way for the vibrations to get there, but yet he can still hear. And that's just the power of your thought, and the power of what you feed yourself can totally change your belief.
Yeah.
And even like change the structure of his ears. Somehow he can hear. I don't know, it was crazy.
Yeah. Like, the doctors even told Napoleon, like, yeah, there's no way your son will be able to hear, and yet he defied the odds. And there's no other explanation for it than like it's because of you're reworking his subconscious, basically.
Yes, and we can talk about Joe Dispenza, the author of You Are the Placebo and Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. What else? Is that it?
You Are Supernatural or Becoming Supernatural.
Okay, I think. Becoming Supernatural. He has a lot of books.
Lots of them.
I love his content. If you want to check him out, definitely go do that. Do you want to tell a story about how he flew off his bike and then healed himself?
Yeah, so he was riding his bike and like a car came and crashed from behind him, and his body was in like a state of physical trauma, and he was rushed to the ER, and I think something happened with his spine and he really couldn't walk for a long time, and the doctor said, oh, you're not going to be able to walk, and you might, unless you get this surgery, which is called the Harrington rod surgery. Yeah. I'm not really sure what that is, but you don't really have like a high, it's a really like invasive surgery. And Dr. Joe Dispenza said, no, it's okay. And what he did was he spent his entire time in the hospital just rewiring his brain and like visualizing his spine being put together, and it's crazy. And now he's a really healthy, well-functioning human being who's doing so much for the world, and he's just back to normal, and it's like nothing happened. It's crazy.
Yeah, and he did it all through the power of his thoughts.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I want to share a little diagram. I hope you guys understand this. Okay, can you read it?
Yeah, so it says new reality, right? So the first thing is new thoughts, and it has like an arrow pointing down to new choices, which leads to new actions and behaviors, which lead to new experiences, which lead to new feelings. And that is the new state of being. So it all starts with new thoughts.
It all starts with new thoughts. Your thoughts, like, they are so powerful. If you want to get something in your life, you gotta start changing your thoughts to get on that frequency of the thing you want to attract.
Yeah.
And start thinking of ways to attract that thing.
Yeah. And I also wanted to add, like, the first step to that is identifying your thoughts, because of the way we've lived and because of the way we've been programmed, sometimes our thoughts are just automatic. So whenever you're being negative to yourself, for some people, they don't even realize it, you know? But once you start realizing your thoughts and what you like are actually thinking, then you can start to like rewire it and kind of let your thoughts serve you and have that like be a way to manifest what you want into your life.
Yeah, it's really about being mindful of the content you're consuming and being mindful of the thoughts you're having. Should we talk about how to change your thoughts? I think we should.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are some ways that you've found helpful to switch your thoughts to a more positive one?
Okay. Well, it kind of goes along with what I was saying before, identifying your thoughts, and that's why I like recommend meditation a lot because like it's really hard to just like keep your mind silent all the time, and when you're meditating, you'll like be aware of thoughts that come up in your brain, and once you realize those, I think you can really have that be the stepping stone towards creating different thoughts. And what I recommend a lot is affirmations and just like visualization too. Like print pictures or print affirmations up in your wall and write it down, speak it, and like just do all of that to just rewire your brain.
Yeah, I like that. And if you have a negative thought that arises, what I like to do is I like to notice it. I like to thank it for being there. But then I say, no, thank you. I'm too good for negative thoughts, so you simply must go away. And then I just try to focus on something I'm grateful for. For example, I would think about how my family's healthy, or how I have clean water to drink in front of me, or how I have food that's sitting in the fridge that I can go eat. Just the little things you have to be so grateful for, and how I have a laptop I can film this off of. Just little things. You can find one thing you're grateful for to replace that negative thought with, and if you continually do that every single time you have a negative thought, those thoughts will be gone. Like, they will be gone after a while. It works. I've done it. Yeah, I definitely recommend that. So that was about, I think that's time. Yeah, we're at like 20 minutes.
Okay, that was so much fun.
We want to thank you guys for being here. If you're staying to the end, it means a lot that we can have a creative outlet and a way to share what we think and some knowledge we have. I hope this brought some value into your life. Have a great day. Yeah. Bye.
Bye, guys.